Father, thank you for this beautiful day. I think it has been informational, fruitful. I thank you for all these beautiful people in front of me, Father. I ask you to bless them um, during this time that we're going to be sharing together, Father. Bless them at their current roles at church and in service, and their future roles, Father, also at church and for you. Help us be clear, Father. Help us be inspiring, and Father, just help us worship you better every single day. Again, and I pray. Amen.
Amen. Are you guys cool if I don't use the microphone while I'm talking? Okay. I just don't want to be loud.
It's okay.
So, do any of you guys want a copy of these notes? It's like, it's going to be pretty much everything we're going to go over. So, you guys can pass it around. I'll try and follow along. Give a quick look. What we'll do is we'll probably spend the first 20 minutes going through this, kind of reading it and giving our thoughts on it.
I'll set the time.
You set the time. You set the time. Yeah. And then after that, we're gonna listen to some songs for examples of what we just talked about. And so I'll try and make sure that we can point them out as we're listening of, hey, as a bassist, this is what I'm listening to when I'm practicing. And Gio is the same thing when he's practicing the drums. After that, what we'll do is, if any of you guys are comfortable with it, we'd like to get you guys up on here. And so what we'd like to do is have the drummers switch out, and then whoever wants to play drums can come up here, play with me. We'll go through a bit of the song together, so you can get some of that hands-on, actually apply what we're learning. And then we'll swap. I'll step off bass, someone can jump on, play this, it's really cool. And you can play with Gio. So that's sort of the gist of what we've got going on. But yeah, so bass and drums. The role of drums and bass are probably the strongest foundations on a worship team, music-wise. You know, if you listen to all the music that you've ever listened to, when you hear the drums and you hear the bass, you know they're there. Right? They are the pillars of rhythm and harmony to any kind of music, whether it's Latin music, or it's folk music from Ireland, or it's pop, or it's rap. You know, drums and bass are always going to be there, and they're always going to be these strong foundations for the rest of the team. So it's a very supportive role that we get to have as players on a worship set. Like, one thing to just remember, because it's easy to get stuck thinking that you're just a small part of the team. Like, oh, I'm just playing an instrument. I'm not a worship leader. I'm not a singer who can talk to the crowd. But you're not just a member on the stage. You are the foundation for everyone else musically. So I just wanted to put that out there because it helps affirm us in the sense of we have a bigger role and we can actually step into that. And also it kind of alleviates any pressure of I can't do anything else. So a good thing to think about is wisdom, right? Wisdom in playing music is not about what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like, being a wise musician is not about what I'm playing. It's not about how I'm playing it, or even why I'm playing it. But it's about when. So, who was it this morning? Jake? This morning? If you guys were in the guitar session, Jake was talking about how if you have space in your music, that oftentimes can be more important than what's being played. And that especially applies for drummers and bassists, so we'll get into that. We're gonna go over separately like what a drummer does and what a bassist does. So I'll pass it off to Gio. He can kind of talk over it.
First question: how many of you play the drums, or has ever played the drums? Okay. Follow-up question to that: do you play at church currently? Okay. Follow-up question: have you, for those of you that haven't played drums, have you ever like sat in front of a drum set? Yes. Awesome. Have you attempted making noises while you sat? Okay. Okay. All right. That's good. And then how many of you have never ever sat in front of a drum set? Today's your lucky day.
Yes, today's your day.
Okay. How many of you know how to count until 4? Okay. That's all you need. Okay. We'll get to practice a little bit of that. Okay. So here's my story. Okay. You probably noticed that if you read the little pamphlet with the information that I'm not holding sticks in the picture, right? I'm a flute player. I play flute. Our dear friends here can tell you that 3 months ago, I was not a drum player. Okay? I have practiced. Even today, they will say, I'm not a drum player. But I got a little bit better at coordination. Okay? Let me just do this real quick. And I want to do this with you guys. Since you say you know how to count to 4. So, any of you do not know what a metronome is? Okay. Metronome is something that keeps the tempo. Yes? Okay. This is most likely what we're listening to on every single song. Alright? And we're gonna do a little bit of that. So right now, we're gonna, sit comfortably, like most of you are, kind of. And you're just gonna, just do this. Together with the click. Okay, can you look around everybody's feet? Okay, not bad. Okay, that's one option. Can you then do this? Same thing, right? Okay, you guys can march. Yes, let's do that. Okay, that's not so bad, right? Now let's stop and let's do. This is called subdivision, but let me see without doing it here. Can you then do 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2? Okay, good. Same thing now with 1 and 2. See now? I hear my okay. So that is what surprised me when I started practicing drums, because I've been practicing with a metronome for more than 20 years, right? So I am very confident that whenever I'm playing my instrument, it's always in tempo. I was like, how hard could it be, And then when I know that I'm supposed to move at this tempo and my leg is not obeying my commands, it's humbling, okay? So part of actually, who said that has played drums before you? Mateo. Or go sit in the drums. not in the drums, in front of the drums. In the actual chair.
Yeah, you just sit.
Yes. Okay. And just do the simple, the 1. Okay. Now, can you just do it without lifting your, just with the, yep. Bravo. Now with the lifting your leg. Notice that it creates a little bit more volume, right? If you were to rely on this, it becomes tiring because nobody walks, just like doing this. So it's not designed for this. Thank you. That's something that I learned while I was playing drums. It was fun, and then after 5 minutes, everything started hurting. But it's part of it. It's like going to the gym or doing exercise. Now, Same thing without moving your, with this, can you do the subdivision? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Can you go back to 1? Now the subdivision. Okay, can you do now, oh, that's with the leg up? Okay, can you just do it without? Okay, notice that, thank you, Mateo. And a different voluntario. I also saw another person that played drums. Who was it? I saw 2 hands. What's your name?
Ruslan.
Ruslan. Thank you, Mateo.
Woo!
Huh?
Want me to play click from here?
Sure. Do you have a...
I should have. I can change it.
Yeah.
He's got his own sticks. Nice.
Okay, let's go.
Does that work?
Yes, can you put it at 68?
68.
Beautiful. Yeah, I assume you can hear that clear, right? Yes.
I left them.
Okay, don't worry. We'll only need your foot for today, for now. Okay. So let's do the keeping the tempo. Just the single. Beautiful. All right. Notice that, right? Can you do without the raising the leg? Just with the tip like this. Good. Okay. There are 2 techniques for that, but we won't talk about that because I'm not qualified for that. Can you do the subdivision, please? Da, da, da. Bravo. Good. Okay. Can you then add your right hand while that is going? Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, can we all count? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
2,
Can you do the
3,
snare in 2
4.
and 4?
1, 2, 3,
Snare
4.
in 2 and 4. 2,
3, 4.
wait. 1, 2, 3,
4. 1,
2, 3, 4.
4.
1,
2,
3,
4. 1,
2, 3, 4. And now you already have basic stuff. Thank you, Ruslan. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Woo!
Alright, so we have 2 experienced drummers doing that. Now, let's experience drummers. Ivan. Oh, you don't need this. Well, here, have one. Okay. Say same thing.
Same thing? Yeah.
Feet. Let's just focus on the. Notice that for those of you that are not too familiar with the metronome, there's a. That means it's the 1. A lot of times we will lose the click, and we're just going to hear. Okay, here's the 1. The most important thing for any drummer and any bassist is to know where the 1 is. The rest. Okay. 2, ready, and beautiful. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now with the whole leg. 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, now let's go back to the single one. Okay, let's try to subdivide. Beautiful. Now with the leg. Watch it. Typically, the natural inclination is to want to go faster. So if you think a little bit slower, let's stop.
Yeah.
If you think a little bit slower, you'll get it right. Sorry, I meant for Ivan.
You want me to keep going?
Yes.
Yeah.
2. Here we go. Ready? And 2 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. See? Okay. Good. Now, can you go back to single? 2. And we add the snare in 2 and 4. 2. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, Can you switch your hand? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, sure enough. Okay, let's go. Let's add the other element. So can you do this together with the leg? 1, 2, without the snare. 4, 2, 3, 4. Good. 2. Think a little bit behind the tempo. Exactly. Okay, and now let's add 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is exactly how it sounds. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Woohoo!
Let me see if I pronounce it correctly. Julia, en español. How you go? Okay, so if I remember correctly, you had never sat in front of a drum set.
First date.
First date.
First date.
Woo!
Woo!
Seriously?
Yay!
Okay, we need all the more support. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna press play here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you already know the basics. Okay. If you are going to a church and they don't have a drummer yet, after today, you can be that person. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay, so what I need you to do is to feel the pedal, and then like you notice right now that you're like hitting it. It's like this, and you're doing da da. So if you keep your feet, like right, feeling it
Keep
the
it
whole time
on the pedal, yeah.
on the pedal, so that way you're doing this, right?
Nice, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, here we go. Doing first play. Don't worry, we can just leave it on, okay?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. And okay, good. Now use the whole leg. Don't be mad at it though. Just kidding. Good. No, I was just kidding. That was good. Go ahead.
Yeah, so try keeping the top of your foot on the pedal. Yeah. Think of it, you lift your knee. Use your
Okay.
knee.
And again, same thing with like with Giovanni. Think a little bit behind the tempo and you'll be good. Okay, now let's try out the subdivision. Da 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 da.
Nice.
Let's go.
Already
Sounds
got
better than what I started. Okay, so now you already have one stick. Let's go back to the single. I'm just gonna add 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, both at the same time. Yep, the hi-hat. Yep,
Yeah,
that one, that hand. Yep,
either or.
just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Can I hear more of the bass drum? Let's go. Okay. Now this is gonna be 2 and 4. Okay. 2. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Can you stop the snare? Stop the snare. Keep going. Can you, with your right hand, do 1 and 2 and
Yeah.
think behind the tempo? 1 and 2 and okay, and then add the snare in 2 and 4. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
Nice.
3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new drummer.
That's right. Wow.
You got better in like 30 seconds.
So, in theory, we can easily assume that playing drums is easy, right? This is one, the main role of the drum is, since we don't have clicks going on for people to listen to, the drummer is the living metronome, right? When I grew up in church, we didn't have in-ears or all this stuff, so we just relied on whatever the drummer abilities were. And as you notice, the natural instinct is to 2, 3, 4. Just go faster until we can, right? So typically, I think that's why we play something called corridos, which is very fast songs all the time. But mostly because the drummers need time to play fast. However, that being said, there are other elements that makes drums a little more complicated. Okay, this first is the coordination that you already saw it, right? It's just doing the same thing or subdividing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, whatever, and then the same thing here. Sometimes you do 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and whatever, right? But that's just the simple part of drums, the timekeeping. However, when we combine this with dynamics, for those of you that do not know what dynamics are, is just changes in volume, meaning you already know this, but actually this is gonna be more fun.
You want me to do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you play just the basic round rhythm soft? Alright, let's say that this is the verse. Ready? And whatever, let's go to then the chorus part. What will be the dynamic for the chorus? Right? Can you play the verse one more time? Okay. Now when we're building the climax of everything, can you be a little bit more, build to something more? Tempo hasn't changed, but suddenly it looks more exciting. Notice that he's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's still doing the 2 and 4, maybe adding some other elements. And here it's still the same thing. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But the foot is doing sometimes 1 and 1, 2 and so on and so forth, right? Yeah. No, I'm just saying, describing what you're doing. And that is without doing fills and whatnot. So, if we resumimos, if we do a summary of the role of the drummer, the most important thing is not if you can do all this cool stuff on drums, is can you keep tempo? And if you can keep tempo, like Julia did and Ivan did, then you can be a drummer at church. Don't allow your lack of ability to prevent you to serve at church if there's a need to do so. Okay, that is something that I learned through life. Being in Puerto Rico, I started playing bongos and a lot of the Caribbean instruments, guiro, cowbells, and singing. And I started flutes when I was 14. When I fast forward, before working on Liberty, I was the music director of a church. And it was from Central America, so the pastors were from El Salvador. Most of the musicians were from Guatemala, Honduras. The sound people, we have one from Nicaragua. So it was typically mostly Central American and South American. And what I noticed is a lot of them never had musical training. So sometimes I'll have to audition like I'm doing right now. Hey, can you keep tempo? Okay, yeah, then you're hired. You know, we didn't have musicians. So I started teaching just this basic stuff, same with guitar, same with bass. And you know, and of course, some people feel intimidated when they have somebody that studied music because they say, oh, I don't know how to read music, I don't know whatever, right? And that really doesn't matter once we understand the role of our instruments. So again, there were moments because we had necessity at church that the drummer left and we needed a drummer. So I started learning drums at that point. At some point, we got a drummer, then I could go back to flute. But then the pianist left. So then I had to get better at piano, even though I knew just the basic from school that they teach you, I had to get better at piano. Then the bassist left, and I had to learn bass. And that's why I play everything bad. I mean, that's why I know a little bit the basic of stuff. But all that to tell you, you don't have to wait for years to sound what you might think is professional. You just need to have a heart posture for serving God and He will take care of the rest. And of course, like Dr. Bremer was saying, you know, it helps if you practice a little bit, right? But essentially, that is my take on what is the role of the drummer or the drummer. Keeping tempo, practicing, right? Your muscle memory, essentially. Being able to listen is the most important thing, right? If you're not listening and pay attention to the click, and you rely on your natural pulse, you will be off. And then for the rest of the people will be off because they need to follow you. And yes, and then dynamics was essentially, again, we'll show it later, but it's also just hearing. So that's my take on that. Maestro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I think with click too, because who wants to practice with a click? No.
No one.
But we can tell that when we get ahead of ourselves, we're listening to ourselves. But when you play any instrument, you want to listen for other people. You want to listen to the click. And so it helps take your mind off of, there is some balance that you have to hit with what you're listening to and how your brain works. There's a little bit of coordination that goes on. But listening to the click is so important. That's what's good, you know. If you were a musician looking for hire, that's what would get you hired. Is, do you stick with the click? You know, do you listen to other team members? You know, that's what's going to get you hired. Not saying we're all gigging musicians here, but bass is an interesting role. So drums is all rhythm. No ounce of harmony whatsoever in it, right? Everywhere else is a bunch of harmony. Lots of music, lots of sound. But bass is a mix of both. You get both rhythm and harmony and music as well. And so my job, primarily, is to connect the drummer to the rest of the team. The drummer can get very lonely sometimes. And it's my role to become his friend and to introduce him to the band and to
Sorry, I'm very annoying when I'm
and
this
help
one.
him to connect. And so there's a lot of different ways you can do that on bass, just with how you play. Like for instance, it sounds like drums, right? But then if I do,
He's already giving me the beat.
all of a sudden, like, now I'm both rhythm and harmony. Did you guys hear the difference? And so that's really important. Let's see. Is there anything else really? Another thing you might have noticed is that I actually have a microphone while we're playing music. And so this doesn't happen on every single team, nor does it need to. But for this weekend, we decided to do it. I'm actually talking directly to Gio as we're playing through the microphone.
Typically telling me that I'm doing something wrong.
No. And the reason why is because we have to stick together, no matter what we're doing. If Gio decides to play a full rock rhythm, I gotta match that. Because if we're not matching together, it's gonna mess the rest of the team up. There's gonna be two different things going on at the bottom of the sound. And it's gonna create division within what you're hearing.
When you say the bottom of the sound, what do you mean?
Like, so drums and bass, we're the loudest instruments on the stage. You know, like, you always hear bass and you always hear drums. Keys, sometimes. Guitar, if it's mixed right, yes. Same thing with acoustic, you know. But bass and drums, you're always going to hear them. And so, because of that, whenever we play, we have to be very specific. We have to be we can be bold, but we got to know what we're doing. Otherwise, if we make a mistake, everyone hears it. So, no pressure. No, seriously, no pressure, because at the end of the day, it's worship for the Lord, and it's not about the music, it's about serving the people. And so, don't be hesitant about your own instrument. Be proud in it, be ready to serve. But because of that, that's why I would say we are the foundation of the team. We are the bottom of the sound, as I just said. And so, a lot of this goes into, like I said, like we've been talking about, mixing with their click, knowing how to play with a click and to stick with it. Because if we get off click, the whole team gets off click. And if I get off click, but Gio doesn't get off click, I can easily bounce back on. The mic, is it still?
Batteries off?
That's fine. I just talking about it. Whoop. It's the talk back mic, so it might be set.
I had a timer. Although short at 20 minutes.
No, it's
okay.
all good.
It's okay.
I don't need it. I'll keep talking into it.
Yeah.
But
and instrument also.
oh yeah.
Oh, yes, everything.
The bass is also out. If you can find Andre.
Okay.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly's got it.
I mean, you could turn your amp up.
So, for now, do you have any questions?
Anything that you might need to know a little bit before we get into deeper stuff about bass and drums? Is it all making sense? Like what we're starting with?
And drums too.
The board
So,
just
let's see.
scary.
So the main thing is our connection to each other. We gotta be like hand in a glove, no matter what we do. That's what's gonna help the band stick together. That's what's gonna help our sound project.
You know what we're doing, right? Just do the
The amp.
Yeah. As of now. You might want to turn it off.
Yes. And then I just need to plug. I don't know if this has multiple.
Oh, I see.
inputs, but I can try it.
The one is active.
The one that's active is passive.
Not the turbo.
It might be bad.
Right. Go ahead, turn it on.
And I need to take this in.
There you go.
There you go.
Can you figure it out?
We'd like to fix it the right way.
It's from Tom's house.
It's the whole house?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's change that real quick.
Yep. Okay, it's done.
Cool.
This also happens.
That
And
happens sometimes.
yes, I don't know what's up. Beautiful.
Okay. Moving on. Do we want to listen through?
I just want to make sure it's coming to the main.
Oh, got you. Okay, can I have a little bit more drums in-house? Just for demonstration purposes?
Yeah, you guys are getting our communication to the sound guys live
Oh, yeah.
in live time. This is what it usually sounds like.
So you were saying that we need to coordinate in the lower sound. So what will you What is it that you're telling me to do typically to line up with you? What part of it?
So sometimes, this is more on the MD side of things. Does anyone know what an MD is? Like what it stands for and everything?
No.
What is Music director, that is right. So usually this weekend, what I'll do is I'll let Gio know what we're about to play in the next section of a song. So I might be like, okay, we're gonna do toms and kick drum in verse. And then I'll even do boom ticka 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 boom ticka 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 boom ticka. Verse 2, 3, 4. And then that's where he starts playing it. So when you see me talking, that's usually what I'm doing. Is I'm literally telling him what we should be doing so that we're together. Does that make sense? And then I'll tell him, hey, I'm gonna play bass, here I come. And then that's what we would be doing.
Yeah, because it could be overwhelming with here. If we were to simplify with only one part of my body, typically what we want to line up is the lower end, the kick drum,
Yes.
with the rhythm here. So sometimes you'll see if before you had the mic, you'd be like doing this with the bass.
Yes, I'll do this. That's another way. If you're playing bass, you can also say what the downbeat for the drummer is going to be. So if he gets lost and he can't find one of the next measure, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I can also do it when we're going into another section. So here's a verse, 2, 3, 4, or ending 2, 3, 4, and we're done. You know, that's it. But no more for you.
Yeah, and a lot of times we can get, because we have so many things to hit, right? And some of us have anger issues, and we want to hit a bunch of stuff. Maybe I'm overdoing it, right? And like, so I'm support, but he's like, that is too busy, and will you
It's too
kinda,
much,
will you
yeah.
kind of like show me how I will add that to you without just saying, just
Yeah.
da, 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 right? So
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
the same rhythm. And then this is free to do whatever, right? And this is how he connects me and reminds me that it's not about me having fun or showing off whatever, right? Throwing sticks up and whatever. It's not a show. The role of the worship drummer is to be able to carry and elevate the music where
Yes.
it needs to go. And it takes a lot of humility to take instructions and really follow where everyone else is feeling, right? And again, it's really important to be listening, because I could be here and then if I'm not listening to the bass player, he's trying, down, and I do something completely different. Can we show that?
Yeah.
The same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah. I already know that this is the tempo, right? Same tempo, but it doesn't sound the same as.
Yeah.
Right? It has more coherent. Why? What is the most important thing? Well, I'm gonna use that, or in Romro's words, I will commit to that in front of the press. What is the most important thing in the songs?
What do you, like the rhythm?
No, like in the whole band, right? We have the whole band, we have the singers, the guitar, whatever. We're explaining our roles, right? Mine is keeping tempo. He is making sure that I'm in tempo. But what is the most important thing? a song? What are that the audience is experiencing?
Usually has to do with the singers.
The what? The outside of rhythm.
It usually the vocalists are the key players in
Is
this.
what's being said
Melody?
in this melody and lyrics. Okay.
Yes. It's
So,
worship. Yeah.
What happens? They need space for words to come out, right? And to be understood. So if they're trying to go again, whatever, it's like, bro, I can't focus, right? In those two things, you are doing too much and doing a disservice to the song in particular. There are moments for that. And you know, this is why band started with like, you can play with all the wisdom, meaning all this stuff, but knowing when to use that is what makes it wise. So when not to do it is when we have songs like that, then where's our, again, even if it's just like this. For example, today we play a song that I don't do anything like for the first quarter of it.
Gratitude.
I guess.
Let me see if I can find it.
We didn't
Or
play
was there something earlier today? What was the
Christ be
song?
magnified.
Oh, sure. So let's do
Oh,
that.
yeah. Christ be magnified.
Here, we're gonna play it real quick. I might be it.
There's nothing for me here. I could just do.
I'm out too. I'm not one.
Because the piano is also part of the rhythm section.
Acoustic
So you can
guitar's
keep
going.
the rhythm going. And there, well, sometimes they get that. And my role is just, again, maybe in the transition between verses. Right? Or, and I have to be content. Nothing to complicate. But that's the role. He's having more fun than me, actually. This doesn't deserve. Maybe at some point, right? But then, you know, and then can you, sorry.
You wanna
can
keep
play
going?
that? One, two, keep it on. In what tempo is the snare? So this is one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was right. It's this one. Come on, Leo. I play drums. That sounds like this. And this we Even if we were just doing that, let's play you and me without the track.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And
keep going, listen to the bass too, because I'm actually matching his kick. So,
There you go. Ready. Sorry. Count me off. MD.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I missed one. Fills are optional. Sorry.
If I did something different, it would get weird. Well, sometimes people will actually want to do this. It's like some kind of synthesizer where you just keep going. But there's not really much going on, right?
How will you just guide me to start building momentum and all that? Real life.
Yeah, in real life,
Yeah.
I would say,
That's what.
all right, here we are. We're gonna build. Building in 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. You see how we're together? Now we're gonna come out of this build. Yeah, keep building. Pull through, 2, 3, 4.
And that's why you have more sticks, just in case. And then can you tell me then that we're gonna drop at some point?
Yeah.
Literally the same thing.
Alright, we're gonna drop. Here's the bridge. Out. Now. Yeah, I might be playing longer.
No
But
rhythm.
I'm just doing whole notes. Because usually the keys is playing.
And even if we're not playing,
Yeah, we're still counting as it's going.
and who knows, maybe we'll start building again.
And
And that's it, right?
yeah. So does that kind of make sense? Like, hopefully, with all of our mistakes combined,
More my natural state.
you kind of see like this is legitimately what's going on when we're playing on stage. Is we're communicating with each other with our instruments. I'm also talking to them directly, and we have a click going on in our ears, and we're both listening to it as we're playing. So we have a big responsibility, yeah. We got a lot of parts going on, and what causes a mistake is usually if we get too focused on one of those things. Like if Gio gets too focused on his parts, he might start losing the click. I might have to say, Gio, watch the click. And he has to go, oh yeah, click. But hey, that happens, like the pros do it. Even the pros make mistakes, and it's the same thing. Or I might get too busy, and someone else might need to say, hey, you know, calm down on your grooves. Calm down on all your because sometimes it just doesn't need to happen. It's worship music. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have what's his name?
Mateo.
Mateo. That's right. We're gonna have Mateo play along. Same song.
Sure.
Same song. We'll go through it together. I'll do the same thing, and I will try and guide you, and also relearn the song because we play it in a different key.
Hey, what's that C sharp?
Yeah, we don't play it in C sharp.
No.
We play it in C.
Yes.
Alright, here we go.
So here's the intro. So we're gonna play. You can do some cymbals. I'm gonna do the bass.
Anything is valid.
we're both out. This is where Paul does his magic on the keys. Now let us know when we come in. See how I'm literally just having a conversation with him as we're playing. So our toms, you know, tom groove, they'll be. We'll do that in the verse. Here we go.
Don't be afraid to.
Yeah, you don't have to. Alright, we're gonna drop out. And we'll come in right about now. Yeah, at the kick. Full groove verse.
He's hired!
He is, yeah.
That's my job.
Do a fill, here's the chorus. Full groove. Just a kick in time. Start building a little bit. Do the inputs. Eighth notes to the kick. Start building. Yeah, there you go. Walk through. Dude, good job. Good job, guys. So you guys see, the whole time I was just doing one thing. Because, you know, I kind of have to since I'm splitting my attention.
Remind me how many bass players we have?
Okay. Do we have time to talk a little bit about bass?
Yes.
Yeah, so, with bass, I'm going to leave, since we all know English, I'm going to leave one of these here for if one of you guys wants to have it. It goes over everything about what we've been going through today. But with bass, there's usually a couple different styles that you can do during a worship song. Usually, people will want you to be pretty simple. And it breaks my heart because I want to But it's just like what we were talking before. Sometimes that doesn't serve the song. Sometimes I really do just need to do. But there are ways to kind of work around that. So maybe you heard it while we were playing, but I would do. So what I'm doing there is I'm adding some punctuation as I'm playing. So I would do. It goes back to what I just did at the beginning of this lesson, right? This is noise that we can use. We can actually use this. I'm doing this with my fingers, if you guys can see it.
Same thing as the leg situation, right?
But I'm changing when I'm pressing down my finger. So that all ties into how we work together. That's one way of doing it. Another thing you might have seen is I have my hand stretched out kind of a lot. And the reason why is because I'm actually doing octaves. So, and I'm originally a drummer. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is that when I'm playing bass, I'm thinking like a drummer. Does that make sense? So like, I will dedicate this note to the kick, and this note to the snare, and I'm adding the as sort of an accent to the downbeats. Does that make sense? So these are all little small things that you can do that make the drones a little bit more interesting and a little bit more cohesive with the rest of the band. So it really works. You know, if you want to take it to the next level, that's probably what I would start with, right? Obviously, because you have harmony, you will want to learn some scales. You'll want to learn different kinds of arpeggios that you can do, and modes, and all the music theory. But the main thing is going to be getting comfortable with your neck. So there's one lick that I play a lot, and it's what's called a pentatonic. That's been mentioned a couple times. But getting used to that, it helps. And if I know my major scale, when I'm doing a lick, because I actually can do a lick sometimes, I will have maybe one or two moments in the song where I can actually do something, right? I can do a, and that's an actual lick. When a bass player does a lick, I would suggest that you do it leading into the new section. Does that make sense? So like if we're coming out of a bridge, and we're going into a chorus, and I'm back into the normal groove. I do it just for a little bit, just enough to essentially give a hook to whoever's listening. To say, hey, we're going somewhere. We're landing into the next section, and then I'm there, matching with the drummer. And that's the same thing for the drummer too. You know, the drummer can give certain hits and certain cues that tells the whole band and the whole congregation, we're gonna go into the next section, here it comes. You know, whether it's a fill, whether it's just a crash, whether it's, you know, not playing at all, an absence of an instrument. All of those things are what, you know, us instrumentalists on stage can do to work together to create something that's interesting and engaging with the congregation. But most importantly, it's something that we can use to support the lyrics, to support the worship leader. I take my role as a bassist and sometimes as an MD very seriously because I want to support the worship leader. The worship leader has a plan, right? And my job, and the drummer's job, and everyone on the team's job is to fit in with that plan. And so, if he has to walk up to me and say, hey, your bass playing's really good, but that one section, that one click or lick that you did, it doesn't really work with the song. I have to be comfortable saying, okay, as much as I might want to, disagree and say, well, I think it's better, I really shouldn't do that. And that's any kind of organization, You have someone who's the leader, and you need to fit in with that. So, does that all make sense? I know we really touched on it really quickly. And I'm not so sure how much time we have left. Do you know, Gio?
Andrew knows.
Does Andrew know?
10
Yeah, you
seconds.
have 15 minutes.
15?
Yeah. 17.
So, Gio, is there anything you would like to do?
Yes. Before we add bass players to this, I want to show you how, again, even for second-time drum players. Julia, can you come again? Same song.
No.
Okay, can we all pray for a minute for it? No, just kidding.
Not great.
Yeah, that's the kick, yes.
I will use the whole leg so we can hear it.
Yeah, just
There you go.
be mean to it. Don't be afraid of it. Alright? Do you want to do the hi-hat? Same thing? Yeah.
You gotta hit it harder.
Kind of
Yeah,
finicky.
can you put your cover it? And there.
There you go. Yes.
We're working with it.
And then also, we'll do the snare in a little bit. Same thing as before, right? Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
And then we do the progression of the other song.
Yeah, 3, 4. Keep going. I'm gonna move away from you in a little bit.
Trusting your instincts.
Keep going. I'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, keep going, you got it, keep going. Focus on the rhythm. Just that pulse. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Nothing too fancy, the piano
4,
either, because I can't.
4.
But mostly,
2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 3, 4. Alright, I'm gonna add a little bit more, but you keep going. Same thing.
major? Without the,
Not this.
no, but we're doing it without the track.
Oh yeah, you can.
So that you're welcome. And you're welcome. And you guys are welcome. Okay, here we go. Can we take a quick second?
Yeah, take it for a second.
Okay, so can you show him in the C major just the chorus?
Yeah, the C major, so do you know F?
Yep.
Almost.
Oh, because it's a
5 string.
It's a 5 string.
Yeah, so it's
Yes.
Dišni drugi ti je, ova ti je druga žica ti je, druga žica ti je redovna.
Yeah, so it's this one. And then you're going to go to A, G, and then you're going to go to E, which is an open string. Yep. And then you're going to go to
A minor. And then F. All right, here we go.
So let's start this from the bottom. We're going to start with the riff again. Try and work together on this.
What's her name? No, okay, you can face us. Oh, here we go. That's the beat,
That's the pulse.
and you can add the other stuff. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's let Gloria play by herself. Okay. We're gonna start in 1, 2, F. Ready? And 3, G. Okay, let's dilute it with just the every measure. So F, 2, 3, and G, and then E, and then A, D, and G, and then C. I don't play guitar, but here we go. Everybody. Does it sound different? Where's Jake? Where's Jake? Oh, he left. Okay, thank you, Jake. Never mind. Okay. Hey, there you go. And we were ready. Don't we? Isn't this a worship already team? Yes?
This is already
And then-
worship team.
See? No. Here we go. Everybody, let's sing. In 1 and 2. And beautiful. A minor. D. G.
My bad.
And then C.
And C.
Okay.
My fault.
Thank you guys. Okay. So what you just experienced is the bare minimum and still be effective.
So you see how it's going to
By the way, for those of you that weren't here for the earlier side, this is our first day ever in front of drums. Okay? Again, when we understand the role of our instruments, it makes it easier to just accomplish that role. And we don't need to think that we need years of experience in this. Just learn the basics and start doing it. Learn this one song. Now you guys are experts at this one song. Let's learn a different song. Maybe in the same tempo if you are doing rhythms and whatnot. And once you accomplish that, you'll start adding more songs to the repertoire. And you can challenge yourself with different ones, right? So this is, again, the bass was doing the bare minimum, just 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives you enough time to, okay, here, G is here, and then 2, 3, 4, right? So it gives you enough time to do that. Same thing with piano. because your role is to support the melody and the lyrics. Yes? Okay? I hope that this serves as inspiration for you, that if your church is in need of someone that can play an instrument, say, here I am, God, envíame a mí, send me. Okay? This is really a heart of worship. And this is the reason why I'm here. I could just say, no, my main instrument is flute playing, and that's it. But I was like, you know what? This is a great experience to be able to talk about music. I teach music in a university together with Dr. Ronro, piano, and also Scott Woodman as well. So this is a great learning experience for me to be better at one instrument that I kind of did at church because of necessity, but also inspire people that you don't have to be a professional drummer, right? Just have a heart for worship and for service of the Lord, and He will take care of everything else. Amen? Any questions? I wish that we had time so all of you can rotate and all that. But like,
time to talk about bass.
if I am able to do this thing, you can. Okay? It is just a matter of just being willing. Okay? Anything else that I missed? Yes.
When we will hear flute.
How many minutes we have? 3, right? Well, you're here tomorrow.
4.
4. Okay.
Well, hey, can we go through like listening through? A
Oh
song
yes,
and
yes. Play a song.
Yeah. And you can play along.
Yeah. So that's gonna.
One last thing. I just want to make sure that we have a feeling of sections of where we're at in a song. So we'll just listen through it again one last time, and we've got verse, we've got chorus, right? We've got bridge. 3 minutes? Yeah. We've got those 3 things. So when we get to those sections, I want us to say or shout or tell everyone in the room where we're at in the song. So I can also say it as well. You guys ready? This is the intro.
Anybody hear any instruments that is not piano, that you don't see here? Violin or saxophone or clarinet, oboe? What do you play?
Jacob,
Oh yeah? Okay. So, what is the go ahead?
The next section. Chords or pre-chorus.
It could be harmony.
Here's the chorus. Always having a metronome. Now the drums are in, bass is in, got a groove. Here's the verse. Hear how it's more groovy.
Whatever, right? That's it. Again, about what's the word? Disqualifying yourself. A lot of you that study instruments like this classically might disqualify yourself because violin is not used in worship, flute is not used in worship, but it totally can if you're willing to have a heart for worship and just do the simple things. Okay? But anyways, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys.